Hey, everybody. Well, I have to say, this is really a treat. I'm reconnecting with Victor Webster. So good to see you.
You don't call anymore. You don't
I used
write.
to
I
write
haven't heard
and I
from
used
you
to
in
call. It's been
200 years.
100 years. But Victor is starring in Pie to Die For,
Yeah.
along with Alison Sweeney, of
Allie,
course,
one of the best humans on the planet.
in the Hannah Swensen Mysteries,
Mm-hmm.
which she executive produces and stars in. And here you are now, her lead
Writes.
and writes.
Yeah.
And now you're like the leading man. Her leading
Mm.
man. So I guess we should say that June 22nd, Hallmark Channel, Pie to Die For premieres.
And it's on Hallmark Mystery and Hallmark simultaneously. I think that might be a first.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
No, good to know.
Somebody
Now,
mentioned that in passing, and I didn't fact check them. I didn't ask ChatGPT if they were right, but I'm gonna go with
I'm going with you, but I will double check. I was going to say, so you're Chad Norton.
I am.
You're a by the book prosecuting attorney.
Indeed.
Is that a different type of role for you to play? Have you played that kind of role in your career?
I've never played a prosecuting attorney. I've never played somebody that is very, very by the book.
Very by the book.
It's very opposite of me. I kind of like to live a little more loosey-goosey. And yeah, it's been really, really fun. And it's been fun to say no to Hannah. She tries to basically bribe me with treats all the time. And usually people do whatever she wants because they get an apple turnover or a nice, peanut butter chocolate chip cookie or whatever it is. And I'm just saying no. And it's this wonderful kind of energy between us because she's not used to people saying no to her goodies.
She's giving diabetes to everybody with her goodies, but not to you.
I mean, if you're gonna go, you might as well go with a smile on your face, right?
Go to the bakery. I would never last in one of these films. I love bakery. Here's the look at the poster.
Oh yeah.
Now there's a look. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
So it says the Creme de la Crime duo, which is cute.
I didn't even notice that before.
Creme de la Crime duo.
De la Crime duo. That is very creative. Somebody deserves cute. A cookie for that one.
Hallmark, you deserve one for that. Hallmark marketing.
You sure do.
What is going on here? Is there a
dance? Well, we did a little tango action. So we kind of had to go undercover to get some information about something. And she wanted to go to a tango class to watch and see if she can get any information. I'm like, watch? Who watches a tango class? So I said, well, I've got a very fancy red satin shirt in my closet that hasn't been used since 1997. So let me pull that out and let's go do the tango class together.
And hence you dance. Is there a choreographed routine that you guys had to learn?
There is a whole choreographed routine that ends in like an amazing little dip. And Koslow directed this, and she got angles like crane shots from outside and low angles and high angles, and she shot so many different angles, so it should look really, really good. And then we had this fantastic our dance instructor Milena really taught us this cool little tango fun sexy thing that we got to do. So yeah, it was great.
Delores, the mother, is at the center of this. Barbara Niven is at the center of the murder. Like, is there her and a feud she has with another theater woman? Is that
she's in the theater with another theater woman, and there is a rivalry. There's definitely a leading lady competition going on, and Barbara Delores, becomes a suspect in the murder, and she's so funny. I mean, Allie wrote a great part for her, and then Barbara just takes it and runs with it. And she really, when she becomes Delores, it's hilarious. And that's what I love about this. I call it like a franchise of movies, or, like a wheel of movies that has a lot of comedy in it. And we get to improv a lot, and we don't have to run anything by. I don't run anything by Allie. Like sometimes in the moment, I just think of something, I say it, and she's such a professional. She's right there with me. She's got an amazing sense of humor. She's so there in the moment, listening to what I say. So if I screw up a line, And even if I don't know that I screwed it up and it's unintentional, she will respond to the line that I said and not just the line that she wrote for herself. So it's amazing. Like, we're really two characters in the scene together at the time.
Now, this is your fourth movie of this
This is
franchise?
the fourth, Hannah, and we did The Wedding Veil together as well. Those movies as well.
Right, you did One Bad Apple, A Sprinkle of Deceit, Reality Bites, and this, right?
Mm-hmm. All those names are making me hungry.
I know. I'm telling you, I'm like turning into, like, I would be a fat pig if I was in the Hannah Swensen murder. Do you feel Chad knows what he's doing and solves crimes well?
Well, Chad that's not his job, right? His job is to prosecute the criminals once the crimes are solved. So it's interesting that he's actually now with Hannah getting involved in the solving of the crimes, which is, and I think, yeah, he's good, but he knows the law and he knows, well, we can't do this because if we do that, then that's going to screw up my court case and it could get thrown out because of that. And so we've got to be very careful. And then she goes, oh yeah, sure. Okay. And then goes and does her own thing.
Have some brownies.
Yeah. But somehow it all works out.
Now, I hear that they get closer in this one. Is that true? Is there? I was told
there might be some truth to that rumor. Last one, she sees Chad performing in the courthouse, seeing Chad do his thing, dressed up in his suit,
and she likes
this commanding presence and doing this opening monologue to the jurors, and I think she really likes that. And then this one, we actually go out on our first date.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Would you say we should think the date goes well?
I would think from what we've seen, the slow burn from these characters, we've seen them slowly get closer and closer and closer together. I would think there's no reason to believe that it didn't go very well.
Okay. Now, what happened when you landed this role? Cameron Matheson was exiting the franchise. They needed a new leading man, and you were the pick. So did you and Alison talk? Like, what kind of went down? She knew you, obviously, from Days of Our Lives, although I know you never worked together on Days, which we'll get to in a minute. But how did it all come about? And
well, I just got the offer. And they're like, hey, do you want to come do this? And I was like, wait, I thought Cameron was doing that. And they're like, oh, yeah, Cameron is leaving to go do other things. And I was like, hold, please. So I sent Cameron a text.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, hey, brother, I know business is business, but out of respect, I was just, they called me and asked me if I'd be interested in stepping in to do these new Hannah Swensen movies. I know you're leaving. I don't want to feel like I'm stepping on your toes or there's no bad blood or anything like that. And he was just, obviously just the ultimate gentleman. He was like, hey, you are going to have such a blast. There's such a great group of people. I'm going to do my own thing somewhere else. He goes, I wish you nothing but success. I wish you the best. 100% give you my blessing. And he was just fantastic. Like, he's just a great, great guy. So
that's great.
I felt really good about that. And then knowing that I was going to work with Ali again, that was super exciting. And then reading the scripts and seeing, this type of character and the fun that could be had and the comedy that was in it. And it just felt like a no-brainer. And I said yes.
So are these franchise movies, do they feel, sometimes they feel very cookie cutter. Do you feel they're cookie cutter?
No, this one feels like a series, like a TV series. And, you get a beginning, a middle, and an end, but you also get from movie to movie, a continuation of the progress of the characters. So it's like a serialized and episodic TV show mixed into one. So you get the crime, and then you get to see us growing and becoming closer, and seeing Delores opening her private detective agency, and everything that her sisters are doing, and Hannah's new bakery that she opened, and see our characters grow together and get to know each other, and possibly see what it's like to really like each other.
Is there a shocking reveal, like who did the murder?
There's always what I love about these movies. Alison is such a fan of true crime dramas. She loves them. So she's good at throwing in a lot of, red herrings and misleading information. So it's hard for you to tell, even when you're reading the scripts, And when you're watching along, to know who done it before we reveal who done it. Like sometimes people will get lucky, but for the most part, it's a surprise to everybody. So it's just really well done.
All right, we got to go back. We got to go back. So here we are.
Oh my goodness. Jeez Louise.
Look at you, Nicholas Alamain and Lauren Koslow.
I love Lauren. She was so
I love
good.
Lauren so much, who
Yeah.
played Kate. Take me back to coming on to
What is
Days.
that face I'm making? It's like
I don't know, but there's this.
turquoise steel.
But here's the nice. I'm like, hi.
Oh, so skinny. Look at that little guy with his long neck.
No. This is you, a very young you.
Yeah, I was 28 years old, just a baby.
So what do you remember coming on to Days? Was it intimidating? And then working with Lauren? Because she was your love interest.
She was. It was her and Krista Allen were like my two. And then I had my crazy aunt.
Louise Sorel.
Sorel is the best. Vivian was the character's name, right?
Alamain. Vivian.
Yeah. So I loved it. And then, you know, I just got to work with some legends on that show. But the thing, you know, I had just started out acting. I've been doing, you know, years and years of acting classes. I had done a small recurring on Sunset Beach and then got Days of Our Lives. Right. And so I came in and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I'm used to memorizing lines for acting class, you know, 8 pages, 10 pages, whatever. Oh, wait, sorry. 30 pages? Wait, every single day? Wait, I need to memorize another 30 pages for tomorrow. I'm like, what is going on? The last day that I worked. So I was working on the show, and then 2 of my people, Louise Sorel and Krista Allen, both left the show. So my character was kind of swinging in the wind. They didn't know what to do. So I had my storyline with Lauren Koslow still. So I was no longer on contract. I went to recurring. And I started working on a show for AMC called The Lot. It's about a 1940s film studio and behind the scenes of that.
That's right.
And so I would come in on Saturdays and shoot my scenes. The last Saturday that I worked with Lauren, we did 75 pages of dialogue in 5 hours. And we shot, I think it was 5 episodes worth of stuff in 5 hours. And it was insane because I was working all week and memorizing all that dialogue and doing all that stuff, and then having to show up and do 75 pages. My brain, I felt like, was going to explode. I think I actually lost a little bit of brain power from then. I think I used up a little bit, and it never just came back.
Do you think if they said Nicholas Alamain, because they bring everybody back, what if Nicholas Alamain were to come back? Would you go back?
I would go back for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like come back and do a few handfuls of episodes. I think that would be fun.
I think it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing a lot of that. And then Alison was there at the same time, but you did not cross paths, right?
Cross paths in real life, but our characters, we might have been, like Alison and I have talked about that. We might have been in a couple party scenes together or something like that. But we didn't have scenes together. Yeah. I would think it would be really fun if Days knew about our is this where you were going? Am I reading your mind?
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love where your mind goes. If they did our relationship on Hallmark, and then they did a crossover where we got to work together on Days, and I came back and played Nicholas, and then we got to do all that. I mean, that would be a lot of fun. What did they do it? So Nicholas was younger, and then I came and I was older, and then they went back to younger again after me, or what was the deal?
Wow, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It got in like a couple younger. It got a little younger. Eventually, they just wrote off the character.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Maybe it's time that he comes back as a man.
Did you work with Michael Sabatino, or no?
No.
You played Lawrence Alamain.
No. I worked with John Aniston a little bit. I worked with Louise, Lauren, Krista, and
Krista was Billy at the time.
Billy at the time, yeah. I think that's about it.
Alamain group. I think that'd be amazing and a really great idea. Like
and Joe. I worked with Joe
Mescolo.
Yeah.
I know we were all just in recent things after Drake Hogestyn had passed, and I was doing it.
It was so sad.
It was the saddest thing ever.
He was such a cool dude, man.
The greatest man.
The greatest man. He was awesome.
I just did a live stream with many of the cast, with Peter Reckel and Stephen Nichols and Mary Beth, that like a lot of the core people, and it was really, really tough. We were all just so devastated. And everybody across the board said what you did, Victor. What a great man. I mean, literally a great guy. You couldn't ask for a better person, you know.
He left quite a mark on a lot of people. He was just, there was no ego about the guy. He was just one of the guys. Somebody you could definitely look up to, you could go to for advice and talk to him. Yeah, that's really sad. I heard that they did something really special with his kind of exit on the show, where he was, and I think I kind of just read a headline where he had scenes in a hospital bed while he was actually in a hospital bed. Is it something like that?
So no, Drake had given his blessing for the show to go ahead and kill off the character because he knew he wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
So they had him go out a hero, the character. They had a person, somebody playing him, you know, and he went in, got this drug to save the life of Bo Brady, who needed this specific drug vial in a meth lab. He got burned up in the lab, but he's got the vial and got the drug that he needed to save his best friend's life. So he died. So the character of John is now bandaged because we can't have Drake. He's not physically be there. So they have somebody bandaged up as John, and that's how he died. He literally dies in the hospital, but he saves the life of Bo. So he goes out a hero by saving Bo, who had been in a coma for like several years, who needed this drug. So one man dies, one man lives. And it was this poetic story.
I kind of love that Days did that.
I love that they did it.
They gave that character such a beautiful send-off.
And then the funeral episodes that they did were just incredible because you know that the cast, who I all talked to, had to hold hands and get through it because it was like real. There was such a blur of reality and the actor. You know, I mean the character. It was beautifully done. They really honored Drake in the best.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, they really did. They really did.
Well, good for them. I'm glad they did that. And it must have been very cathartic for everybody to be together and have that moment.
It was very cathartic. They all said, and they were all looking forward to even watching it back because they were in the moment, just so overwhelmed.
Imagine the whole audience knowing what happened and watching that.
We just went through it. It was a week and a half ago the episodes aired. You know, because they're 9 months ahead. You know that. So go back and do a stint. It'll be 9 months or when you take.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to watch that.
It's definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Definitely watch it. You'll like it. So after so Days and then everything else you've done is what has been your favorite projects that you've done since you started out?
Well, and you know, it's hard to quantify what favorite is, and I have favorites for different reasons. Like I have favorites because of the cast I was working with. I got favorites because of where I got to shoot. Like I got to shoot one of the wedding veils in Greece, which was incredible. I got to do the Scorpion King movies in Thailand and Romania, and the stunt crew that we were with. We had so much fun we had 1 day a week off. We had Sundays off. But we'd be doing fight rehearsals, sword fighting, camel riding, horse riding, you know, and then we'd go on the weekends and play laser tag and watch a movie. That would be our cheat day because I had to be huge and ripped, right? I was trying to play The Rock, and I had to be 250 pounds at like 6% body fat. So on the weekends, we'd have burgers and popcorn and pizza, and then the rest of the week would be like steamed broccoli and chicken. It was insane.
I know.
And so we just had so much fun bonding together as a cast, especially on Scorpion King 4. Like Ellen Hallman and her husband, Stephen Dunleavy, and I, and then like my stunt, Nathan Barris and Glenn Powell, like the stunt team and my stunt double. We just hung out on the weekends, and a bunch of UFC fighters that came in to do the movie. That was really fantastic. And, you know, each job, Continuum was great because the people that I worked with were fantastic. And I was in Vancouver, and I have a lot of really close friends in Vancouver. So I was up here for 4 years doing that. So I have really fond memories of that. And we still, you know, every few months or like this once a year, we had a whole continuum of all the guys and got together, the producers, actors, the writers, and had a great dinner together and just laughed. Such a great group of people.
So we obviously know there'll be a pie to die for 2, 3, 4. I mean, others always say this is
So many pies. So many pies.
Pies are coming. So many pies. So many overdose of sugars coming.
Yeah, good.
Amazing. Yeah. So is that what you're obviously continuing on? You're still there.
I mean, if they make more, sign me up. I'm having so much fun.
All right. All right, everybody. Pie to die for, Hannah Swensen mystery.
Victor, and you won't actually die if you want.
You will not die, and you will still want pie after.
You might want to get some pie and eat it while.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get a pie while we watch Pie to Die For this Sunday, June 22nd. It's on Hallmark Channel and Hallmark Mysteries, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Or we think.
I mean, Hallmark has it posted all over their Instagram, so check their socials, and that's the best way. I mean, don't trust anything I say.
And my last thing is, Alison Sweeney and you, if you were to give like a great, like, do you think your on-screen chemistry is like electric, cute? Like, what would you say? Have you seen this movie yet?
It's very flirtatious. It's fun. It's interesting. There's a lot of respect and admiration mutually between us. It's interesting because we know each other so well. There's a real good familiarity there between us. And it's what I hear from people is that it's just so easy. It just seems so easy to see these two characters together.
All right, Victor Webster, it's so good to see you.
Michael, it's been ages, man. Stop hiding from me.
I'm hiding from you. We'll go have pie. We'll go have pie.
Oh, my goodness. Don't fight me with a good time.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Victor.
You got it. Take care.